The Mad Max mod is going to be seeking help. I've got one person who may be able to help out on one particular model that's giving me a little bit of trouble on its front end. I mean, it's a simple job enough on one end, but in terms of visual and conceptual in a 3D environment in my mind, as well as to bring it to light, it's just not coming out the way that I was hoping it would come out. And I know somebody who's way better at this than I, who I used to work with. I'm also going to at least 2, maybe 3 forums to start asking for people to help, because I need skinners. I need people who can do things with these models that I simply cannot do. Now, I reworked the Landau, although if people want the San Andreas beta Landau, even with the window problem in the back, I'm willing to give that to people who PM me. I'm going to put it on my little file place I've got, and people can download it that way. But you have to ask. I'm not just going to throw it up there and say, here it is. Partially because I have to actually convert it first, because the original beta, some people had it and it's now gone, as far as I know. I've got a working Vice City beta, but obviously that's not going to do most of you any good. And on that beta, actually, I need to shrink the wheels, because I've discovered that I can actually make some pretty decent wheels out of it anyways without needing a reskin of the wheels, but I decided I was going to go with a reskin anyways because it's just going to be a less of a headache at the end of the day. I'm also working on a stock Landau. I've already pulled all the Mad Max stuff off the Landau that we had. I'm going to actually cut out the back end and I'm going to redo it because it sucks. I have to build a bottom front end, and then I have to meet that to the front fenders or wings of the car. And then there's other little cosmetic things that I want to put with it. And I'm using an artist by the name of Choofa, Choofa. He gave us these brilliant wheels that will work for hot rod wheels for this muscle car, this Australian muscle car, and will probably be the first stock one that I have to do. After that, I've got to redo the hoods because the hoods were cut out for the movie, and I've got to try to create the flip out headlights, which are doable in San Andreas. I don't believe they are in Vice City, so that the car can have flip out headlights when it gets dark and be stock. And this way, people could enjoy a stock Australian muscle car, aside from the stuff that we have in part ready for people to be able to use. If anything, either this video or my next dev diary, I'm going to actually start posting links of stuff that we have right now that is usable in Vice City in San Andreas, although I'm going to have some people test the early Vice City files, because I found out some of my files over time have become corrupt and are unusable, and that's not going to help anybody. So a lot's going on sort of behind the scenes, but as far as major modding goes, I may have to take a bit of a hiatus. I've been sick lately. I've been not sleeping well. And as much fun as it is to 3D model, and as much as my time going into summer is slowly slipping away, I'm trying to make as much hay as the sun shines. I mean, this channel is going to be mostly on hiatus while I'm in school, because I'm going to be focusing on that. But I might still be doing dev diaries and everything like that. And once I'm finally with my fiance, obviously this channel is going to be mostly retired, as is my other channels, because as some of you may have guessed from the response videos I did to certain users about a certain topic that is still very taboo to even speak its name about, there are people who really just despise me. Even if what I'm saying has a factual basis that I've backed up to the nth degree with my own series on the very subject matter, there are people I know, or I'm very convinced, that if they could find me, or if they could find my child, they would do me harm. At this point in time, I try to keep things as anonymous as I possibly can, not because I'm afraid of them, but simply I've got other people to care for. But when I'm with my fiance, that's asking too much of my fiance. Not that I'm saying I do not care about the safety of my son. I do. But this is exactly why the work that I do on this channel exists. Because people don't want it to exist. Because people don't want to be told. They don't want to be shown how wrong they have been. How they're actually hurting some of the people that they are trying to protect. And it's sad. It's sad, really. But I understand it. And I understand this isn't going to be an easy process for anybody to indulge in, especially if they are unwilling to actually open up one's mind to find out what the true nature of some of the monsters that we create is. But okay, so I've got a list of people to contact through, again, my old Skinner, who unfortunately has to exit the mod. Because my team, I don't know where you guys are. I really don't know where you guys are. I message you, I try to be polite, I try to be non-intrusive, I'm not constantly sending messages, and I'm hearing nothing from you. So as far as I know, I've lost a tech guy and I've lost a Skinner. Again, I say, see what I mean about this project seemingly cursed? I'm still going to do the models. None of this is me saying, oh, well, I'm out, guys. No. I'm still doing the models, period. But I'm not going to get anything done if nobody is going to help me on this. Although I have my old Skinner will test the Grand Theft Auto 4 mods, because I am going to port our work over to Grand Theft Auto 4. People have been asking, can we get some of these mods in 4 on other people's videos that are showing off some of my mods or some of their mods. And nobody's done a lot of this stuff, bringing Mad Max into Grand Theft Auto 4. We've brought almost everything else. We brought the DeLorean. You know, I was pretty sure the other day I saw, you know, Knight Rider cars and A-Team vans, but no Mad Max. And I know people like Mad Max. I know people love Mad Max. Maybe not a lot of people, but who knows? Once the new movie Fury Road comes out, who knows what's going to come of things. So, you know, obviously health and life and family come first in terms of the mod, and as well as life in general. I feel very safe where I'm at because I'm not giving out my address to anybody who I don't trust and who I don't know, and I'm not trying to put myself out there in a way that would try to make me a target, because at the end of the day, I'm just advocating for intelligence and smart laws on certain subjects. I'm not doing harm to my son. I'm not doing harm to other people's children. I have no interest in children beyond taking care of my son and my girlfriend, my fiance's, being the best father I can to my fiance's children as well. But, you know, again, even if what I am doing should not be considered a revolutionary act or a threat to the status quo for the most part, that's how it's being treated. So be it. But, you know, like I said, eventually I have to think of my fiance. I have to think of her situation there. And so obviously I'm going to make the right choice when the time comes. Maybe even a bit sooner. I'm trying to sort of, outside of the mods, I'm trying to finalize a lot of research in a lot of different areas that have nothing to do with the topic that has not been mentioned. Because I really think that I've kind of come to the point where in most respects I've said almost everything that I really want to say in most topics. And the fact that we've got things going backwards in the ways that we have doesn't work for me. It does nothing for me, and it does nothing for society as a whole. That doesn't mean I'm going to shut up. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop. So I'm going to be finishing up. I'm going to try to finish up this mod, and I'm going to try to finish up my channel. And then I'm going to try to step out of the limelight and hopefully let people who might want to learn come to my channels, where I'll still converse with people. And I'll still keep people maybe updated here and there on things. But, you know, I got a career to get to. I've got a life to lead and a life to live, and I've got a child to show the power of college and how it can be. Although he might be that rare talent, might be that rare talent who can exceed expectations and do something in the world where he doesn't need the college education. But I'm not banking on that, obviously. I'm trying to take the intelligent approach because I'm the dad in this situation, and I take that very seriously. Anyways, YouTube, as always, links down to the meshes are down there. I haven't put the Landau work up there, though I have rendered it out. But I'm getting there. I've just got so much to do and no time to do it in right now. And with my health issues, that's not helping things.